Go ahead.
Was that the indicator that we were no longer muted?
Well, I started giggling because I saw the balloon.
Yeah, okay. I'll address that right off the top. Shadow Callum isn't going to be here for this session. He is ballooning with the rest. So, he and I have discussed some possible tactics that he may use based on some of the things that may happen. So, that's how he will be participating, and then hopefully he will be back next week, but we'll keep an eye on that. And then yeah, we're back. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining us on our 13th episode. I feel the fact that we're doing like a haunted storyline makes number 13 kind of spooky. And we drew an interesting card. I think it's very interesting. Kenna, will you tell us about that interesting card?
Yes. Today's card was pulled by Tenta, and it's the moon reversed. Keywords: deception discovered, misinterpretation, which I spelled with 2 O's, fear, clarity, and anxiety. A moon reversal can sometimes indicate that the darker and more negative aspects of the moon are present in your life. It indicates that you're in an intuitive period or you have recently battled confusion, anxiety, and self deception. Another reverse moon meaning is that the forces of the night that are bringing you confusion are starting to dissipate.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, let's jump into our start of session questions. Does anybody have anything they want to kick off with what stood out to them from last session?
Not everybody at once.
The index birds. I want some index birds.
In Moodlegraw's Wizard Tower? Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
The whole like interaction with Moodlegraw was nice for me because unless he's lying and I'm just that gullible, he is not what I perceived that he was. And so that stood out to me, like just the whole shebang.
Yeah. Who do you want to pick on?
Tenta.
I think it was Kincaid getting used like a spell book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty egregious.
An interesting conundrum for a wizard to discover.
Yep, very much so.
Mm-hmm. Who do you want to pick on?
I pick on Merrick.
Merrick.
We have a midnight meeting scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps to get more people on our side. Who knows?
Yep. Who knows? You have one person you can pick on. Who is it going to be?
Adriel.
Why did he sigh like that?
Oh, sorry, I was coughing.
What did
You're
I
good.
do wrong? I'm Alana, question mark?
Question mark, exclamation point?
Little slanty face.
Yeah, we had some really good revelations happen, I think. You guys did a lot of really awesome detective work last game as well. Our second questions are in this moment, and I'll throw those into the chat just to remind you. Does anybody want to jump in with an in this moment? You guys are actually split a little bit, so some people may be reacting to the moment in very different ways. Would anybody like to jump in?
Me.
Huh?
I hope above all else that Olivia believes me.
Okay. Who do you want to pick on?
Merrick.
I desperately want to find more evidence to prove what we already know.
Who do you want to pick on?
Dante.
Are you thinking, or did
I
your audio
most
cut
need.
out?
I
Okay,
was
good.
thinking. I most need to understand this tablet.
Okay. And our last sock, Serafina.
My experience of others has been these people are crazy.
These people
People are
your
weird.
party, or these people in the town, or just everybody?
Little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
I'm the most sane
Understand.
one of the bunch.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I think
Nothing
that
wrong.
my wife came to me in a dream.
He didn't necessarily say that.
He did say that he thought maybe.
Yeah,
Not exactly
that's
a sane
weird.
thought to have.
Maybe that's- could be. Do you guys have any predictions for this session?
I told you my prediction in DMs. Can that count? Even though nobody else gets to know.
It counts in a little sense, but can you come up with a slightly different prediction?
There will be an altercation, not combat, an altercation.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, we won't hear one word from Callum. Mark it.
Okay.
He actually gave me permission to say fuck you on his behalf.
Doesn't count.
Okay.
If I say it as Callum,
Yeah,
it kind of
okay.
counts.
Anybody else?
Don't-
Predictions?
I don't know. I don't know this week. I almost
Yeah,
never
I
don't
don't-
have one, but
Say death.
I gotta wait and see. No,
Death.
I don't predict that there's. I predict there's not going to be death.
You predict
Oh,
life?
boy.
Boring.
I
Like-
predict
Like if there's a baby's gonna be born, if there's like an altercation, I don't think it's gonna end in, like a fight to the death. I don't think there's gonna be any death. Like there's,
Okay.
maybe some more sleuthing, but no death.
Okay. Kills first person sees.
Wow.
Okay, well, maybe don't.
Yeah, maybe not. Okay, do you hate me that much that you just want to kill somebody for no reason? That's what I thought.
Stay tuned to
Does-
find out, chat.
It does feel hateful.
He's
Okay.
spite murdering over here.
It is around 7 p.m., just so you guys know. And where we are zooming back into the story is where we left off. Olivia is staring at you, Alana, in a mixture of shock, disbelief, and curiosity. She's been standing next to the door, which was just tucked closed, and when she makes her way towards the hearth where she has some food that she's been cooking for dinner, she sort of goes the widest possible path around you. How can I believe that you're Alana?
Okay, well, think about it. She's motioning to herself, just came into town. Nothing to do with this place. How would I know to even say this to you if I wasn't me?
It's just that and she like drops her eyes to this, chained breastplate that you wear. It could be a trick.
Okay, so it was maybe a poor choice to pick this. I had to take my chance. So this is what you get.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Uses magic. Hold on. 18.
There is like just this long moment where Olivia is just looking at you like it's like she's almost trying to peer past the pale face that is unfamiliar to her, the short dark hair that's unfamiliar to her, the armor that is in some ways anathema to her. But she sees a similarity that really shouldn't be there in the violet eyes that she recognizes as Zalana's. And her shoulders kind of relax a little bit. And she moves forward and reaches out to take your hands.
I give her my hands.
How is this? This is a blessing from the lady that you have come back to us. What has happened?
Well, I was in the middle of preparing a service actually for you. With everything going on with your son, I wanted to comfort you. That was my intention. But I also needed to take care of the Mergen problem. So I had, I guess, an agenda for the next day in my head. Okay, we were going to do that service, but I was also going to tell Mergen that I didn't want anything to do with him like that. I was finally gonna, I don't know, get him off my back, but
That would have been dangerous.
it seems that not doing anything at all was more dangerous. Because as I was doing that, with Peric, of course, well, the temple was set on fire with us inside.
Everybody thought you left, that you and Peric ran away. I wish that was the truth.
It sounds like a nice truth, and I wish it was true too, but it's not. And I prayed to the lady, and I just want one thing. I just want him to be taken care of so nobody else has to suffer.
Well, I believe in that. He has he's subverted Jamie. He is making him this fanatical zealot who just, every time he comes home, we fight because it's all just Mergen spewing out of his mouth. And I could kill that man for what he has done. And not even knowing the depths of his crimes. I mean, Bilfrar Weatherfold has somewhat stepped up in your absence. Should we?
Bilfrar.
Mm-hmm. He's also a worshipper of Artan. He's been secretly encouraging it.
These people, these newcomers, I think they want to take care of it. I think they want to help. And I know you're looking at my outfit, and yeah, that guy, a similar outfit.
Mm-hmm.
He seems the most angry overall.
So he and this woman aren't with Mergen?
No. I don't even think that they're from anywhere near here. I had hoped that I would maybe know more about her, but I really don't.
How long are you going to stay?
I don't know. I don't know how long I have. But I'm hoping, at least, that part of the reason I'm here is because I asked the lady to let me have vengeance on Mergen. I'm hoping, at least until then.
Maybe that's why you chose that vessel.
I feel like...
You go ahead.
I feel like part of me, in my last moments, I understood vengeance and why people rally behind the idea of it. But I still also understand that there's a better way.
It can't be his way.
Never.
Later tonight, at midnight, some of us are holding a meeting. You should, if they are here to help, maybe you can convince the other newcomers to attend.
Absolutely.
And I think, well, we'll be discussing what to do, but in that I will give some testimony of what it is that's been happening here. So that way perhaps it'll encourage them to act. They seem like individuals who have some focus to them, that aren't Beaten down?
Yeah. I don't know.
You
I do think there's a couple of them that would rather press on, but maybe with me like this, I guess with their friend compromised in a way, maybe they'll care more.
Are you going to reveal yourself?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, are you hungry?
Yeah.
I've got something on. It's not a lot, but I would say it's good. And she beckons you over to have a seat so that she can dish up some stew for you.
She'll go over and have a seat.
And as you guys settle in, have some conversations, recall with her that the reason that she found solace in learning to be a worshiper of Artan with your assistance is because she was also affected by this sickness. Her husband and her sister were killed. So there is some reminiscing. Old memories begin to stir up. She's been a friend of yours since you were both quite young. And as that conversation carries on over stew, we will draw back to the others. Merrick, I think you have left your conversation with Celia. And where do you go? Poke poke?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't hear you say Merrick in the beginning. I don't know. But I heard everything else.
Yeah.
I think the last time I knew where everyone was is the inn.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would just be heading back to the inn. What time is it again? Night, but not like
It's around
crazy.
7 o'clock. It's
Yeah. So I think. Oh, yeah,
early
sorry.
evening.
I think. Yeah. The inn.
Okay. And the rest of you at the Slippery Pike. The bards are upstairs. Mockery is still recovering from her encounter with the Kippers. And Kincaid is being avoidant by taking care of Mockery. Especially because the tiefling was not there for the revelation that has her feeling some kind of way. But Seraphina, Dante, and Callum, you guys have, I believe, gotten a bit of supper ordered, and are determining whether or not you're gonna converse upstairs once the group has come back together, or hang out in the common room. What's your plans?
We don't know about the meeting yet, right? Because we went to the
Correct.
forest.
Mhm.
I think the plan was just to go and do our stuff and then meet back up here, right?
Mhm.
So I figure we're probably just sitting, waiting in the tavern. Dante would be listening just to see if anyone talks about anything interesting that happened today.
Um, today when you return to the tavern, or this evening, there's people about, but fewer individuals that sort of stand out to you. Callum settles in at the table next to you and is just organizing the mushrooms that he foraged up to make sure that they can like sit correctly in all of his packs without getting damaged at all. But he also seems very lost in thought, going over some of the conversations that were had today. Willem Marston makes his way over to offer you, some food. They managed to have somebody managed to fell a deer, so we have that on offer if you're interested.
Sure, why not?
Venison?
What kind of preparation are you doing?
Well, we've got some steaks that have been cut up, and well, there's some venison that we're drying. That's not ready yet, but we could do it if you're interested in something more than just meat. I suppose we could put it in a sandwich, a venison sandwich. Does that sound good to you?
That's fine.
All right. And Callum mutters something to him and he says, "Oh, yes, yes. Is anything to drink then?"
I'll just have a tea.
Taking a
Should I get anything, do you think, for your absent companions?
I don't know
when
if we're
they're-
sure exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna be back, and so I'd hate for it to get cold waiting on them. I mean, I don't
Oh.
think they'll mind waiting.
Well, the missus and I will keep an eye out. And he toddles off. So the three of you are there. If there's any conversation you want to have, Merrick is probably going to arrive shortly to join you, so you can also just be discussing mushrooms until he joins the group.
Seraphina's flipping through the pages of her notebook, making notes about the different mushrooms that she got, and like looking for recipes so that she knows what she can prepare with what and what it does. What kind of mushrooms did you find again? She looks over at Dante.
I cheated. I used magic. It was the one we needed. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, the Amanita?
I only found Amanitas. I didn't look really hard. I just used magic.
I mean, if you ever have a hankering for looking with your peepers, I'm happy to help show you what to look for next time.
Sure, why not? Nice to learn something.
I mean, I don't know how much time you spend out in the wilderness. You don't, and she kind of like motions to him a little. You don't look like the wilderness type.
Less than you'd want, but more than you'd think.
She has that the one meme of the lady to me who looks like Julia Roberts, but she's got all the like numbers and the algebra like over her face while she's trying to like calculate what he just said. I mean, how much time have you spent in the wilderness? This encounter notwithstanding.
Not too much. Mostly just little bits of camping and things like that while I'm traveling.
What's the favoritist? What's the most favorite place you've ever been to?
Well, I do have fondness for Retorum.
What do you like about it so much?
It's big, but it's not oppressively so. Near the river. Looks nice. Good people, mostly. And it's far south.
You know, Baraku's the furthest south I've ever been.
Well, Baraku's about the furthest south you can get around here. Any further and you would not be in Lyfari anymore.
I mean, but you could have gone further south.
Yeah, I suppose. But, I mean, I could go a lot of places.
Do you like to travel?
Like it enough. I wouldn't say I'm a traveler, but I like going place to place. I like seeing new places. Meeting people.
People watching's one of my favorite activities.
I'm a little more lean towards the people interacting, but I understand.
You can learn a lot by watching people.
You can learn a lot by talking to them, too.
Yeah, but they could also lie.
Yeah, but people don't just lie with their words.
I mean, if you see somebody stabbing somebody, it's pretty obvious they stabbed somebody, but you can talk to them outside and you didn't see the stabbing and you could say, "Did you stab somebody?" And they say no. You ain't got nothing to do but believe them.
I get your point, but I think you could see someone yell at someone in the street, and that might not be what they really feel.
I mean, you could yell at people for all sorts of reasons.
You could stab people for all sorts, too.
I mean, I guess.
Merrick, this is about the time that you make your way into the slippery pike. It was an interesting walk, not just the conversation probably circling in your mind with Celia, but this time of year, it's the sky as night approaches is an odd mix of colors. As Karel rises first, there's sort of just a red tint to everything. But you know that Thalor, the Emerald Moon, is also full tonight, and it's just going to make things an eerie sort of purple. But you step into the slippery pike. You see your companion seated at a table there in the common room.
I'll walk straight over to the table. And I'll say, we need to talk. Is it Elle and Kincaid and Hawkery upstairs?
I hadn't gone up there. I don't know. I hadn't seen Adriel.
She's not in here?
We didn't go up yet.
I hadn't seen her.
Well, I just
I
meant
saw him
she didn't
go up,
walk in?
but
She was outside.
we were in the woods.
Well, yeah, but then you had to come in. All right, you haven't seen. That's fine. Let's talk. We got things to talk about. Stuff that might be happening tonight.
All right. Go up.
Here's your sandwich and your venison steak.
Take it to go. I'm walking up the stairs towards
Did
the
you
stairs.
not want something to... We have deer. Oh.
If he squeaks out deer,
Mhm.
and if Merrick hears it, he'll stop and turn. Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Did you want it as a sandwich?
Surprise me. And then he'll continue to the stairs.
Oh. As you make your way upstairs, the curtains are partially drawn for a little bit of privacy in the sleeping area that you guys have taken over. And you can see that Kincaid has Mockery they're both sitting cross-legged on their the bedrolls that have been laid out, and she's working on like bandaging bite wounds that she has on her arms. Mockery looks up as you come up and waves.
Serafina follows Merrick up with her sandwich.
Head up as well.
Merrick will stop at that one window
Mm-hmm.
that Adriel was standing at that one time. I think it was described as close to the stairs, but the front of the building, I think. Or was it the side?
It's probably the side.
Either way, he's gonna look out that window and see if he could see Adriel anywhere, just like since he doesn't see her in the loft.
At this
Just a quick
point,
scan.
you don't see anybody that looks like her walking around outside.
He'll have a concerned look, but kind of pass it, and then he'll walk over to the group. Well, she's not up here. I'd rather tell everyone at the same time. We'll give her a few minutes. Did anything happen in the woods?
Found a
Found some
bunch of
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
And how are you doing? Looks at Mockery.
Well, I could be better. Not super interested in ever repeating the sensation of being fish food, but I think the magical healing got me started, and now it's just taking care to avoid scarring.
He nods and just kind of gives her a once over of like, all right, she's probably okay. And he'll look over at Kincaid. And then he'll look at Dante.
Yeah, Kincaid is being very focused on wrapping these bandages perfectly. It's taking all of her attention. She can't look up or anything like that.
Pip walks over and tries to curl up in Mockery's lap.
She kind of like arches her eyebrows in surprise, but doesn't stop him. And then, like, you can see her long fingers, kind of poke at him in a couple of different places to get a sense of like what he feels like, because he's an interesting mix of critters. And then eventually like settles on sort of petting his head next to one of his horns that he has. I don't know how long you've been looking for her, but Adriel never came up to the loft. Are
She
we?
didn't say anything as far as where she was going. Well, I'm starting to, now that I don't see that she's told anyone where she might be going, and I don't have any sort of inclination as to what she might be wanting to do on her own. But she's a big girl. I guess she can take care of herself. Let's give her a few more minutes before I say we fan out. I left her in front of the inn when I went to go look for Celia. That's part of the conversation I think we should have. The other's about something that's going to happen at midnight. You should prepare whether or not you want to come.
What's happening at midnight?
A meeting.
Of who?
Oh, let's wait for Adriel so I don't have to repeat myself. It seems as though we may not be alone. Hope.
My favorite question.
How long
do you
do we wait? We walk an hour. I don't know. Solid 5? A 5-er?
5 minutes?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, you know, it's not a long time, but it's longer than a short time.
Okay. When she doesn't show up in 5 minutes, then what?
I'm gonna walk back to the window.
Mm-hmm.
Do a look-see.
Okay. Alana, it's been
Man.
probably like 40 minutes since you like went over to Olivia's and made your revelation and sat down to eat. Like, how long do you think this catch-up supper would take?
I think because they're both aware that she's got this, she's this other person and has like other responsibilities, and that they have that meeting coming up. I don't think she stays too long. I think maybe like she gets caught up in it for like an extra 15, but then she's really like, oh, I've got to get back.
Okay.
I do think that she gives her like a 5-minute hug before she goes.
Yeah, I think you get the sense that the town looks very downtrodden, and it makes sense that the people who live in a downtrodden town would also be downtrodden, but this feels like deeper than that. This is people who've been oppressed, like they've seen some shit, and it's in the place that they were supposed to expect to feel at home and safe, and they don't. And walking on eggshells forever is something that wears on a person, and I think that's what you are gleaning from this conversation with your old friend. But Merrick, I think after several minutes of watching, you see like a ways down, but you see Adriel's very familiar form step out of a house. There is like an additional moment where the ginger-haired woman follows her out and like squeezes her hands and like a final goodbye, and then steps back inside.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. Anyone looking at Merrick at the window sees concerned confusion and him not looking around anymore, staring straight at something.
Was there a mob outside?
No. But I don't know what I just seen.
Describe it.
Well, we'll see what she has to say, but Elle just walked out of a house and for a second held hands with that ginger-headed lady.
That's not common?
Well, I don't think she knows anyone in this town. She never mentioned it to me. Unless I don't know what that's. It doesn't seem that she would know anyone in this town. Well, let's see what she's got to say. And then he'll, as she's approaching, I'm going to assume the building, he'll walk back over to the group and just... is everyone sitting, standing? What are we doing?
Seraphina's sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor eating her venison sandwich.
Dante's standing drinking the ale he brought upstairs with him because he didn't have time to finish it.
Willem Marston comes like creaking his way up the stairs with a bit of venison that's been like sliced really lean, and then it's been garnished sort of with like a roll that's been cut in half and buttered, and like an offering of a sliced tomato on the side in case you want to build a sandwich or just eat things separately. And he hands that over to you, Merrick, and then creaks his way back down the stairs.
Yeah, he'll nod and thanks as he hands it.
But Adriel, you are now at the Slippery Pike.
They go upstairs.
Okay.
Merrick has sat down, but he's doing that like one leg tucked under, the other one propped up, like foot flat, knee up. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just eating off the plate. And he'll look.
I think, Adriel, you were bothered while you were downstairs asking if you wanted any food.
She declines.
Mm-hmm. But now you're upstairs, Merrick.
Oh, where'd you go?
Oh, sorry, I ran into that ginger-haired lady. Well, it turns out her name is Olivia. And she wanted to talk about something for tonight. I don't know. She wanted to talk about and she takes out like the piece of paper.
Oh, she's gonna be at the meeting.
Yeah, and I went into her house with her to talk about it and had dinner there just because she didn't want to talk about it on the street, obviously. But
Okay.
these people seem like they really need us.
Sure.
Seraphina is looking between Merrick and Adriel and back the entire time they're talking.
Merrick's just kind of studying her, but still eating a sandwich. Seems a reasonable explanation. I think he's still hung up a little bit on the hand squeeze at the end, but also that could be just, comforting, I guess. Even though I don't know if I don't think he's 100% bought in that Adriel is just the most comforting person to a stranger that needs him. But I think it's enough that he didn't want to piss her off from before even more. And he's like, all right, maybe I won't press this right now.
Okay.
Merrick won't ask his wife questions. Noted.
It's
a trusting relationship.
They're not married.
Well, that is part of what I wanted to tell everyone. There seems to be a meeting that's going to happen tonight at the town hall basement. The halfling that we've seen, Lilith, she handed me a message, that message, and he points over to Adriel.
I share with the class.
Yeah, so it's just a note, a reminder scrawled about the meeting and where it's located.
And then I went to find Celia, the captain of the guard.
Mhm.
And, well, the conversation probably could have gotten a lot better. That's why I think y'all need to do most of the talking. I think I feel a little bit too connected to all of this, and it went a little south, but I think I got most of what I wanted to cross to her about what we are thinking, what's happening. But she seems to think that we need more evidence in order for her and others to be swayed completely. That I don't think it would be as easy to just walk in, behead the motherfucker, and everyone cheers and throws a parade.
That's also something that this Olivia talked about. Her son is one of the people that are part of the church now. She said that over time it just started sounding like Mergen was talking every time he'd come home to visit. That's how deep those people get.
Did she say what his name was?
Yeah, her son's named Jamie.
That's not the guy that I talked to, was it? Probably not.
No.
Okay.
But you guys did see one of the acolytes in the temple bore a strong resemblance to that woman, but you never spoke with him. Can I just I agree actually that we shouldn't just go and behead somebody because, well, I've been to prison and it's not a place that I intend to go back to at any point. So, I don't think we can just commit murder and then try to convince people that we're justified. But can I ask, Merrick, Adriel, like, well, more specifically you, Merrick, you've seemed pretty high strung, tightly wound while we've been here. Is
I'm not
it
taking any questions at this moment.
well, I'm still asking them.
Talk to my press secretary.
Okay, Adriel.
I am not his secretary.
Just kidding.
Why are you so elevated? Because you were ready to kill the man the second we walked into town, practically.
Merrick will finish the last bite of his veal sandwich and set the plate down. And he'll sort of look over at Adriel. And it's sort of should I?
He shrugs.
for more reason than one, but Merrick says the way that I've heard these followers of Salak speak, the things that Mergen are teaching these people, as we know it, are not correct. It's twisted. It's turned in a way that seems deceptive and harmful, untrue. Salak is about breaking the chains, and it seems Mergen only wishes to bind.
Is it more about the results that he's creating, or some sort of religiosity that's got you so invested?
There are reasons that I feel so personally invested. That, if I may speak for Adriel, she could feel so personally invested. But I don't know if I want to share that right now.
Is it going to come back and bite us?
No.
Okay.
It's something that drives us. Drives me. She can share it if she wants to. But as of right now, I think I want to keep that to myself. But as I told him, and he'll motion over to Callum, if there are things that people choose to keep that will ultimately hurt those that I care about, then they should be said. And he promised. And he's a man of his word because he shared. So trust me when I say this personal drive will not harm you, because I won't let it.
Okay. So there's a meeting at midnight, and she looks at everybody else.
I think we should probably expect there to be more than 2 people there. That's the feeling I got. I think we should try and get some more information on the temple, on Mergen, potential weaknesses. Celia mentioned that she thinks tomorrow she can get Mergen out of the temple under the guise of an inspection. I don't know if that means the entire temple will be free of guards and him, I also don't know how that means we can get in. I'm hoping more information from tonight might shine light on that, because without saying exactly the words, I believe Celia is aware of the meeting that is to occur tonight. And I don't think she aims to stop it. But she's acting as you wish. Points towards Mockery with his head, like nods. And that she'll stand true to the law and handle it that way.
Ah.
Zoom.
Yeah. She jumped forward.
She gets in our face.
And she's like, huh?
She's making a point.
I think at this point, with this discussion going on, Kincaid finally speaks up. Are you suggesting that while Mergen is off on some sort of inspection, that we can pull off like a daytime burglary?
I mean, he does have, what was it, those documents in his room?
I don't know. I think more information needs to happen before we finalize that plan. But it's either that or we trust in Celia to look for those documents herself. I don't know how equipped she is. I think maybe we can add to that search with our talents.
Well, are any of us particularly adept at that sort of thing?
I did just get some magic boots that make me sneaky.
Okay, well, I mean, at the very least, if it comes to it, I guess we can send in Dante and cross our fingers.
I will say I ain't got much more in terms of magic for a stealth situation.
That won't happen until tomorrow. Tonight's the meeting. Tomorrow is the inspection.
What is it that we want to get out of this meeting?
Potential evidence that they may have that we don't know about. Potential information. Weaknesses of Mergen. Any sort of information they can get us on him, the temple, the movements. I think overall vibe of the town. I think we can probably safely guess as to what that might be, given what Mergen has done to certain people. But it goes to show that he at least has some support, given his followers in the temple and what Adriel said Olivia told her about her son. There is some control he holds on some population in this town, but we should find out how much.
Okay. So, you guys have about 4 hours until midnight. You can begin your long rest. You won't finish it. But if people want to begin to trance, some of you may be able to finish it before the meeting, or if some people want to sleep and then wake up and then go back to sleep after the meeting. That's a possibility.
I'll trance, I think.
Yeah, I'll trance.
Ew.
Okay. Are we leaving anybody up on watch?
I mean, I can't trance, so I'll sit up and watch.
Okay.
Can I only have to transfer 4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can is it Mockery that made the Sentinel guard?
Yes, she did.
Can she do that again?
Let me check her spell slots. Yeah, she has one slot to cast Nightly Vigil again.
And around, like right now, it's like what? Where's the time? I don't even see the time.
It's about 8.
Okay. I will trance for 2 hours. But I think Merrick would also say that, like, with this guard sentinel guy, you don't have to watch the entire time we're waiting to go. Like, take a rest. You could switch out with Callum, like, sleep for a couple.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then it sounds like Seraphina, you're on first watch, and we'll say Callum is also on first watch with you, and then Merrick will take the second watch, and everybody else will either, if they're Adriel or Dante, get their long rest before the meeting. Everybody else will get halfway through. That seem right?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay. I will fire this off. And once again, she plays this like just ear bleeding little note, and it manifests itself as this horrific thing just beyond the curtain that's wandering back and forth with a lantern. Okay. You guys settle in. I will be very honest, there's not going to be much happening for the first little bit. So we will move forward, and Dante and Adriel. Why did I hit that instead of the other thing? Sorry. We'll get the
The music.
I hear the break music now.
No. Hold on. Okay.
Still
Is it fading?
messed up.
No. Why? Okay.
Is it not a thing that you can just... Now you've just started multiple versions.
I'm trying to get it to stop. I'm trying to get it to stop.
When you open the break time like that, it just plays another one.
I can't stop it.
Let me mute the music track for now.
Yeah, everybody just slide your little music down to nothing.
can't.
Uh,
The music.
It's interface actually. Slide
Are you gonna
interface down
end
to
the? Are you gonna
nothing.
end the break?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm back. Okay, there's that. So music should be playing, but you should have interface turned all the way down. And that should get it correct. Sorry about that. That was weird, folks. Zach, quiet. Dante and Adriel get to have their long rest. Let me set this up real quick. Do. I'm just going to scooch back time that was caused. Sorry for the extra spams. Oops. Too far.
What?
Okay.
Oh boy, I did eat.
I'll
I
delete him.
just
I'm
didn't-
deleting him.
Is today.
No, she's got exhaustion
Just
because it
turn off.
claims she didn't eat or drink.
I just didn't select that I ate. I got rid of it.
Okay. Let's then go ahead and everybody's is waking up. The watches that you guys had were okay. And we will head to Town Hall. Is there anything that you guys are doing it like last minute as you're making your way there? You have about 15 minutes.
Not for me.
Okay.
Eric pisses.
Gross. That was very much like the saxophones getting louder situation. The meme.
Yeah.
Okay. In the middle of the night, you guys make your way towards Town Hall, the building that got pointed out to you, Merrick. And you can see that there is no lights coming from the building itself, but there is a very soft glow around the side of the building. And I'm just going to say it's this churchy looking business here. But around the side of the building, you see like a low glow, like a little flicker.
We go to the glow.
And you could see that the cellar doors are open and there's just like a little stub of a candle set on the first step.
I take the candle and let everybody walk inside, and then I close the doors behind.
Callum pipes up and says, I don't know if I like this so much. I think I'm gonna keep an eye out here.
Don't do it in the open.
I'm not gonna do it in the open, but it's just that, you know, in this town, people who go into basements end up smoked out.
So you'd rather us die and you live
I'm gonna prevent you from dying.
by being out here.
Yeah, keeping watch.
It is smart to have somebody keep watch.
Just watch from the trees. If someone sees you just standing there, they're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
Get up on the roof.
I've survived this long in my life. I think I know how to keep a watch.
Right.
Anyhow, if
Good luck, puppy.
somebody starts puppy, and that like just sort of it confuses and irks him in equal measure. He just sort of wanders off to find a good place to keep watch from. as you guys make your way down the steps into the basement of town hall, it's not really set up for like a meeting place at all. There is like shelves for storage, lots of like dusty things have been tucked here, but against one end of this sort of long space behind a shelf that is piled high with burlap sacks filled with something kind of to block it off, there's like more lamplight glow, and you can see that a series of chairs have been arranged kind of in a half circle towards the back, where people have started to gather. You do recognize some folks that you've seen around town. Like Bilfrar is there. He's actually standing at the front, looking over some notes or some papers that he has. You see Lelith there. Olivia is there, and Aloran and the Stick are there, as well as some other townsfolk that like you've seen their faces in passing, but you haven't actually like really taken note of them. Altogether about 15 people, and then you guys. So it's getting quite crowded. Ooh. That's a good
Ooh.
set of
Well, hello, my
portents to
friend.
have on this day. As you close out the purple light coming from the twin full moons in the sky, Merrick, and make your way down. Lelith sort of hops to her feet from where she was sitting off to the side, and makes her way over. Oh, good. Oh, good, you've made it. That's wonderful. I was
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
you'd be clever enough.
You would say wonderful. Like related to that one lady.
Excuse me? Who?
No, that's out of character. That is
Oh.
Splooey. It's wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, come and see if you can find a seat. I'm Lelith, by the way. Lelith Home Threader. I run the general store. If you need any basic goods, I can probably outfit you.
Thank
The quiet
you.
types. Oh, yes, you're welcome. Well, if you're shy, you may be asked to speak if you have anything of relevance to say, of course, but we're all quite friendly. And she again gestures towards the chairs before making her way back to her own seat. What do you guys do?
I go and I find a seat.
Okay.
I'll stand nearby, but against the wall.
You said that we could see light on the side of the building.
Yeah, there
when we were-
was when you guys were circling behind, or like coming towards it, you saw like a little faint glimmer from the side and discovered that it was from a little stubby candle that had been set on the steps down to the cellar. Merrick took that candle away and with him, and you guys made your way down into the basement, and now there's like lamplight that is being used to illuminate this secret meeting space.
Are there any basement windows?
There are not.
Okay, perfect. Okay, carry on. Seraphina finds a seat.
Okay. Merrick, can you give me a perception check?
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. It's still saying disadvantage, and I hate it.
That's so weird.
Cool. Great.
That's okay. It wasn't going to be the hardest thing. It was just really a matter of, did you not hear it? Shortly after you kind of settle your back into the wall, from the direction of the cellar doors, you hear like a rapid knocking.
Oh, am I the closest to the doors or something?
Since you're leaning against the wall, you are.
Before he moves to the doors, he's gonna look around to see if anybody else hears it.
It does look like other people are like lifting their heads towards the door.
I kind of point to it like, should I get it?
I think Bilfrar sort of straightens up and then nods slowly. With caution, friend.
I'll take out the dagger and walk towards the doors and slowly creaks it open to see.
Oh, am I late? I thought I surely had another several minutes. Oh. I didn't know you'd gotten invited.
Likewise.
Well, I'm a concerned citizen. And it's taking place at night, unseen, which is where cowards like to be.
Do I believe him?
Roll an insight check. Have him do a little roll. He through the time that you have met him, he has managed to seem very sincere. And part of that sincerity is possibly because he is so willing to admit his own flaws. And the things that are sort of set against him in this world. And he's fallen on that again. So he seems to be honest. But you know, you've been given no additional reason to doubt him or reconsider the feelings you may have concluded from your earlier lunch with him, Seraphina. But if you're suspicious, you can be suspicious.
Well, it's just that when we had our meeting, he was all like, I'm not going to get involved because I have to live here. And, you know, like, I don't want to be seen. Like, I can't really do anything. And then for him to show up, she's just a little, like, suspicious.
Yeah, he seems to be fine doing something that's very sneaky and unlikely to get him into trouble, if at all possible. It's kind of what you're gleaning in this moment. But it is a contradiction. So, can I come in?
Yeah, he opens the door.
Okay. And he clops his way down and makes his way in. There's a couple of people who don't seem surprised to see him. And then he finds a chair to settle into. As the clock strikes midnight, Bilfrar steps up in front of everyone, and kind of like lifts his hands to like he's patting down the noise of the room just to make sure that people are paying attention. We are once again meeting to discuss what might be done. I come with news about my effort to help create some new trade routes to Furwin that aren't specifically set up and controlled by Mergen and the temple, in order to try and perhaps get around some of the taxes. I'm not certain how successful I've really been. There is a creature that unfortunately I've brought on myself, a revenant, I believe it to be, that is hunting me. For this reason, don't know how much longer I'm going to be staying in Furwin. It may present a danger to others. But I called this meeting in order to get those of us who have like minds and similar concerns together, in order to perhaps come up with some sort of solution. Perhaps if the Temple of Salak falls, a creature born of vengeance will also fall. We also have with us some outsiders to the town. Though I should caution everyone, I know 2 of them appear to also be followers of Salak, but they come from a different temple and they are not associated with Mergen. They helped me survive the attack on the way to town. And I believe we can trust them. And he kind of looks towards you guys, like all of you, just to see if you have anything that you would like to say.
Seraphina's just gauging the reactions of the other townsfolk.
Yeah, I will actually let you roll another insight if you would like. And anybody else, if they're also doing something similar, can roll an insight.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay.
I'm doing that shit.
Well, I rolled a 1, so I'm not
Dante,
doing that.
Merrick, and Callum all are without inspo, if you want to grant one of them.
Dante.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
Then maybe he can save his 20 for the last minute possible.
Yeah, I get a 9. I'm going to use that 20 right now. No, I'm kidding.
But what happens if there's something you're really desperate for? At least you have another chance to roll before you need to do something like that.
Seraphina, Merrick, you guys are getting a general sense of curiosity and trepidation. The trepidation is because they're holding a clandestine meeting in a town where there is somebody with some very tyrannical methods in charge, and they're in opposition. So what they're doing is a dangerous thing. There is some general curiosity about outsiders, and you actually see or like overhear some people kind of murmuring and wondering if perhaps they're that you guys are from a guild or potentially even Oathwardens. And I think Merrick, like Seraphina, you clue into it, but Merrick, I think you get like a good sense of people just being trusting of what Bill Farrar is saying, but nervous and maybe even a little bit scared of you and Adriel.
If Merrick sees any of them like lock eyes, he'll just nod, but he's not gonna smile or anything like that. He'll just nod.
Okay.
Yeah,
Acknowledgement
he
and-
doesn't smile. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never learned.
He gets no smiles.
Mm-hmm. And as we can see from your character art, when he's not smiling, it's still a very open, friendly face. Not at all intimidating.
Really welcoming. Honestly, it makes me feel really good.
Yeah. Did anybody want to say anything? Given the chance by Bill Farrar?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Seraphina
Um,
just does that, like, you know, the elevator nod.
Mhm.
Like, that's all she does.
Okay. The bards also don't say anything. Bill Farrar steps to the side and then like moves out like a little apple crate. And Lilith makes her way over and climbs on top of it in order to just get a little bit more height to be seen. My fellow Furwinians, I am glad that we're having this meeting. Unfortunately, I'm not coming with the best of news. I feel like there is a point that we are rapidly nearing that is going to be quite critical. As you know, as Bill Farrar has helped set up for us, we have had some below the table trade routes set up with some of our neighbors in order to bring in some supplies that are not being taxed and not quite so heavily rationed. But Mergen is keeping, I think, a very close eye on the earnings from my shop and is very insistent that my records show that I have been purchasing trade goods through the trade deals that he has made, which of course he has that visibility into. He has the ability to monitor that. I don't know how much longer I can afford to keep up both sides of these things. I think it's very important that our town have the supplies that they need and at a price that all of you can afford. But it's getting quite difficult. I don't know what the solution is, and I'm open to any ideas that any of you may have. Please let me know. But with Bill Farrar under threat, we don't have anybody traveling in order to secure those goods coming in and out. So, unfortunately, I think prices are going to be going up at the general store. I'll do the best that I can. But tariffs suck, as we all know. She gets like a number of like people like, sighing in aggravation and then like, agreeing and clapping. And a couple of people saying like both, I can't afford anymore. You have to keep your prices down. But then also other people saying, we understand. We'll just have to continue to make do off of our home gardens and that sort of thing. So there's just kind of like a hubbub that takes over, that covers any conversation if you guys would like to speak with each other.
I think Merrick would just look at how the group is reacting to some of this. Maybe specifically Kincaid and Mockery. But also, like everyone, but I think more specifically those two, just based on the earlier comments.
I think Kincaid is and has been for a while, like even before you guys left the Slippery Pike, has had a poker face firmly in place. So she's watching and she looks like she's listening, but it's hard to tell what conclusion she's drawing or how she's feeling about it. Mockery has just a scowl on her face. She doesn't sound happy to hear what she's hearing. Or doesn't seem happy, rather, to hear what she's hearing. What's Dante sort of conveying on the surface?
I feel like he's just sort of, he's kind of giving off like a separate vibe, like he's spectating, but when the comment about tariffs being bullshit is said, he like gives a nod. But he's just kind of observing. I don't think he's trying to offer anything.
Okay. What's Adriel / Alana conveying on the surface?
I do think that she is kind of like spectating, but I think she also just seems like generally like off put by the what's being described.
And Seraphina?
I don't know. I mean, she feels bad for these people. I think so. Maybe she seems a little. I don't know that sad is the word that I'm looking for, but sure, we'll go with a little sad.
That makes sense.
Empathetic.
As Lilith climbs down from her little apple crate and she pushes it aside, Olivia stands up and she walks to the front of this half circle against the wall at the back of this storage room at the bottom of the town hall, and she looks at Adriel for a really long moment, and then like out at the group of the assembled people. What is it that we must do to change our plight? There is constant and deliberate cruelty and hardship being forced upon us every day, heavy taxes, and he says that it's to improve the village, but where has any money been spent to improve this village? Where has anybody had any walls fixed? Any roofs fixed? Can we get any supplies to do these things ourselves that won't render us penniless to pay for? Or Lilith penniless to supply them? No. He's taking our children away from us. are sons who can no longer work the farms, and instead they're being raised as clerics of Salak. And let's not forget about those of us who are not here tonight. And she turns and like is just like now really looking at you guys to make sure you're hearing this and paying attention. Let's not forget about Jenny, who was just trying to leave few offerings to Rylear, some wishes for a healthy crop since she could not tend to her own fields all on her own, that she had to leave half of them to just grow wild because she doesn't have the support of her family anymore. She leaves just simple sacrifices to Rylear. And once caught, what happens to her? Whipping in front of all of us. And what could we do? We need help. And I think it's gotten to the point that we don't know how to help ourselves. I think we've looked down for so long that our necks are broken. We cannot look up. But I encourage all of us to try, because there are outsiders here. Outsiders who represent Salak, but not that temple, and not that man. And maybe it is our time to seek vengeance. So, Adriel, I would offer you and your companions reward if you can help us depose him, to fell or at least set right that temple. Some of us have had some conversations since you came in, since we've observed some of the things you've done. What we can offer you is not much. We don't have gold to offer. And I think that's what most adventurers expect. But we can give you a place in Furwyn when you need it. The Marstons have agreed that you would have free room and board anytime you passed through Furwyn. Or there are empty houses here. We would be willing to grant you a house, and as soon as we can, we would renovate it. Or build you a new one, a place that you have that is a safe sanctuary here in Furwyn. Or even a small parcel of land on the outskirts of our village. You could rent out that land. You could receive a tithe from a farmer. These are the things that we can offer you. But we need help. What say you? And like every head in the room like turns towards you guys. There's like little bits of like creaking chairs as people adjust their seats.
I look at everyone else.
Seraphina is also looking at everyone else.
Bilfra kind of clears his throat and says, perhaps, if you would like to, you don't need to, we would like a decision tonight, but you don't need to discuss it in front of us. If you want to move to the other end of the cellar, you can.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So you guys are able to weave your way through the various book shelvings with different things upon them until you've come to just a little niche that's barely big enough to contain you guys, but enough where you could have a pretty private conversation. The din of conversation from the rest of those gathered is impossible to pick out in different words, with the muffling of all of the structures in between you guys.
So Seraphina's looking to each of her companions. I mean, we've kind of already decided we're going to do something about him, right?
I think so. I just think they need to hear that.
I mean, have we decided what method of getting rid of him we're going to pursue? She glances to Merrick, who has, I'm pretty sure, outright said he's going to kill Mergen.
When we were at the tavern, he said, we're going to go in there and cut his head off.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, he said that's an option, but that others might not feel that should be the option. So he was.
Technically.
I think he's looking around at the other group to see what they might say.
I just worry that if we just uninstall him as the head of the temple here, he's just going to go somewhere else and do it again. So we would just be inflicting this suffering on another town.
Yeah.
I only hope in him getting to not die here was that something was controlling him. If this was all by his hand and his choice and no other outside influence, then I think we give him one chance to pack up and fuck off and never do this again, and he's gonna say no. And then we're gonna have to do what we have to do. We need proof, though.
Yeah, we do need proof.
I don't think it'll go very well for this town after we leave if government comes around and starts poking and finds out they murdered a priest.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember. I apologize who all was there when I brought this up. But we got that truth spell from Moodlegraw. If we lure him into it with Celia present, and we ask him questions and he admits to everything, I mean, she's kind of like, I mean, they don't really have like a person in charge of the town other than Mergen with his temple, but like, I feel like her word's going to hold a lot of weight. And if she says he admitted to doing these things, well then that should be good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I know that spell too. Just in case we need it again.
I share Dante's suspicion, and I'm sure all of you have the same, of something else controlling him, or at the very least influencing him. But we always have to remember what kind of trauma he went through as a child, and potentially that's enough to set him on this course. I don't like to believe that it's that kind of path that would lead him to find ways to create something that could trap a soul, or
I mean, that just sounds like stalker behavior, if you ask me.
yeah.
That weird ooze thing that we learned about at Moodlegraw's, that slither and tracker, that don't like possess people, right? It just kills people.
I'm not sure. I think just kill people, but I don't know.
I didn't see anything in that little journal that he passed around that indicated there was a possession ability it has. That's gross. I bet it would climb into ears. I don't like to think about this.
Oh,
Other orifices.
stop.
I'm at mouth. What?
Come on.
Ew.
Can I get you guys to give me a perception check, please?
That's a 15.
Okay. Dante, I am messaging you on the slide.
Fucked up. Fucked up. We all got above a 10.
No. Wasn't enough.
Fucked up.
I mean, like, we could put the true thing wherever Celia's going to bring him under the guise of this inspection, and we can just ask him questions, and she'll be right there.
Yeah. I think that's something we should do.
I mean, and maybe while we're asking him questions, we can send Dante in with his magic boots.
Yeah. It doesn't make you invisible, does it?
No. Quiet.
Yeah, I don't know if just him being quiet is gonna be enough.
I mean, if nobody else is in there because of the inspection,
Hey.
she does air quotes.
Hey, I'm smelling smoke.
What?
Smoke, like from the tower.
What?
Boodlegraw's tower?
The other tower.
Mockery sort of sniffs at the air. Oh, yeah.
Should we go to investigate?
Do you think he's setting this place on fire?
We
I
need
think
to
Kellen.
get
I think Kellen would be smart enough to notice.
Yeah,
I-
Callum would let us know. I'll go. And then Kincaid busts in and says, I'll go check and have a little look-see. And she heads off.
I'm gonna look at Serafina and put a hand out and do a little skittle scattle finger on top of it, and then thumb towards the door.
I don't know what that means, Mary.
Send Pip.
I don't know why you didn't just use your words.
I don't either, but I thought maybe using signals. We use signals all the time.
Okay, how about
you know
this?
this.
Let's think
That's
about
a
it.
Blueyism.
Think about it, and we'll
Yes.
come up with a hand signal for Pip. Okay.
I just did. That was it.
Adriel?
Okay.
What are you thinking about?
What?
About all this?
Kill him.
You think that's right with your God? Everything?
In out of character, I am about to laugh really hard, and I don't want it to come across through what I want to say.
I think in this moment, Merrick is absolutely waiting for her to answer. Because maybe that 80% buy-in from before, that 20%'s pushing a little hard and say, yeah, Adriel, what do you think? What does our God
Serafina
say?
sends Pip with Kincaid. Per Merrick's hand signals.
Merrick pulls out 2 small air traffic controller things to direct the cat outside.
Telling
Telling him to steal third.
Mockery sort of puts her bandaged arm out to Serafina in case she wargs into Pip.
She loops arms, careful not to like hit the bandage spots.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's just waiting.
Well, I think we would just be assisting other people with their vengeance. So, yes.
All right. You were gone a while earlier too. You feeling okay?
Yeah, that Olivia lady, she's real good at cooking.
Bet
What
it
you
wasn't
cook?
as good as my chimera stew.
It was actually also a stew.
Gwen,
Yes,
may I insight?
you may.
Which one?
Adriel.
Was the stew very good? Actively?
Not the stew. Whether she believes what she was saying about how to deal with 15. Come on. She could beat that. She's probably going to beat that.
Go ahead and select a private role.
Hmm.
And then roll the persuasion or deception as you think feels correct.
This happens every time when I try to add the freaking thing.
That doesn't want to pop up for me. There it is. Okay.
Just tell me she nattied. Does that even pop up if it is blind, I wonder? Like
Does
the
it?
animation? I don't know.
Nope.
I mean, I don't see the
Nope.
roll, so.
Nope.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Merrick,
What?
this is a woman that you have known for so long.
Got married
And
and
not
had a honeymoon.
just not just like known her. This isn't like just a neighbor that you've been friendly with. You have bled beside each other. You have served a sentence beside each other. You were looking at life beside each other.
For better or for worse, till death do you part.
They're
And
not
so
married.
You know when she's keeping something back. And as you look into her
Here it
eyes
comes.
that for some reason keep shifting color,
What she does, chat, she builds it up like it's gonna be, you notice something and it's gonna be like, you think that she's totally on board.
She seems to
You
have
know-
indigestion.
recently, after the things that occurred
Uh-huh.
that got you caught, her eyes changed and became a more bloody shade of brown. And now her irises are ringed in violet. And she's doing a very good job of convincing everybody else, but you are not convinced that she is not keeping something back from you.
Okay, so all of that in an instant. That's great. That's amazing. I think after Adriel said, yeah, or, however she said it, but
That's
Whatever,
not how I said it.
wow, I think you did question, but I don't think you meant to ask, do it as a question. But however she answered, I think you would see Merrick staring at her, and his eyebrows get a little bit more furrowed. Elle,
What?
what's wrong?
That's what I was asking.
I know. And I
What
heard
do
the
you mean?
answer. You look different. And I didn't really notice it until just now. I know you. Your eyes are different. They're the
And
thing that give
that's-
you away the most.
And that's when
What's
it
wrong?
hits you, Merrick. This woman standing in front of you is not the woman that you have known for so long, have bled beside, have served time beside, was looking at a life sentence beside. This is Adriel's body, but she is a stranger trying to persuade you.
Before I do anything, I'll give her, you can have a chance to respond if whatever Adriel says.
I don't think she says anything. She just looks confused.
I think Merrick will take a step closer to her and say this low, but low enough that the group can hear. I need you to tell me who you are. I don't want this to be weird in front of these people. The way that you've spoken seems to lead me to believe that you don't aim to stop us. But you are not Adriel. And I need you to be honest. Who or what are you? And where is Adriel?
I look over his shoulder to see if like Olivia's paying attention to their little gathering.
She's actually out of like a line of sight because of the different shelving that's between your two areas. So in this moment, you are isolated with these people.
Well, she told you not to take that statuette.
I think hearing that voice would kind of set Merrick back a little and like loosen his face. But he'll shoot a glance over at the others to see if, like,
Man.
did you just hear that?
Merrick, the smoke's coming from her. I couldn't tell at first. The smoke is coming from her.
Kincaid's eyes are a little bit wide.
Doesn't
are
she
you?
already know? And she's pointing at Kincaid.
Looks at Kincaid.
Ash?
Wait, I thought Kincaid went to go check for the smoke.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Mockery's eyes are a little wide.
She's like, oh, my two NPCs, how I don't know.
Bard and
Sometimes
Bard.
they're
What's her name?
one.
That's Kincaid, right?
Sometimes they are one if you have her talk from both of them too close together.
It's true.
Mockade. It's Mockade.
Mockade.
I have like in my little notes, I just have like an arrow, but it's really close between my K and my M to show that Kincaid walked away. And
Did it again.
so yeah, anyway.
I think instead of
Mockery is, like,
Mockade,
a
it
little
should be
bit spicy.
Kinkery.
No.
What's Seraphina looking like?
She just looks a little confused. Again, let's go back to our start of session questions.
Mhm.
My experiences of others is these people real weird. I mean, she gets that. I mean, I'm assuming that she comprehends that it's not Adriel, that it's somebody. And I mean, she doesn't know Adriel enough to know like the subtle differences. All she can go on is what Merrick has said. So she's just kind of like, WTF, my people.
WTF, my people.
WTF.
I think after Dante said, Merrick, the smoke's coming from her, I think he would look towards the cellar doors to see if like no one's come back, and then look back towards fake drill. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Why is he saying the smoke's coming from you?
She like looks down and she like actually looks confused. Like she's just like. And I think part of that, like on an out of character level, is like she's like used to that smell.
Mm.
She doesn't smell that.
I will give anybody who wants it an Arcana check. You have advantage if you want to roll Alana Adriel.
Oh, Andriel. Whoa, 2 12s. Hold on.
Seraphina leans over to Dante. She got ghosts in her blood.
18,
You do.
21, 22.
Yep.
NATO.
Withered,
Yes.
Withered. Oh, it was almost a 20. I saw it.
Okay.
Oh, only 25.
Boo. Where's my 30?
Seraphina, Adriel and Dante as well. But Seraphina, you're starting to clock that there is just a weird, not just scent, but kind of energy that's coming from Adriel. That is just, she gives the same feeling as the crypt. Like, she kind of feels not like she's dead or undead, but that there's a aura around her that is this weird stillness. Like the air just doesn't move around her. And from your experience, that is often how like a concentration of necrotic energy feels. Dante, Merrick, nope, Dante, Adriel. Adriel, actually, I'm going to exclude you from this one because you know what's going on. Dante, it's becoming clearer to you that you guys brought something with you from the temple. You recall that there was a moment when you and Callum were focused on the statue that began to move and everybody sort of like scattered back from it. And Callum was shouting like, everyone be careful. It's throwing shit. And you glanced around and you realized Adriel wasn't with you guys in that moment. She was just elsewhere.
Yeah, she was with me on the other side of the room.
And kind of since then, she's just sort of given off like a subtly different energy from normal Adriel. You're fairly convinced that she's been perhaps possessed. Adriel.
Hey.
Being in town, there's something from the north and east that is like both holding you in place and repelling you, Alana. But it's like making it harder and harder for you to keep hold on this flesh that you've infested. And the haunt that is you is starting to seep out. You still have control of her, and she's not interfering with your thoughts at this point. She is in the back seat as a passenger to everything that is happening right now, but you believe there is a ticking clock to this, and you may not get the choice on when you leave her. Separately, Kincaid and Pip are on patrol outside. They don't seem to be seeing any fire. But inside, I think Mockery goes, can someone explain what's happening?
Adriel's been possessed.
Oh. By what? Who?
Someone from down in the tomb. The temple.
Guess it was made into a tomb.
Not willingly. By you, I assume.
By me?
I'm assuming that you're one of the folk who built it.
I didn't build, I mean, repurposed?
That's the building I was talking about, not the bricks and stones themselves. Making it what it was.
Well, sorry, it sounded like you were saying I was the architect who made the tower, but I didn't make the tower. My
Right.
family, it's their
So
tower.
it is you. Alana.
I don't think that I have a lot of time left here.
Sorry I stole your boots.
Well,
Technically, those were Peric's boots.
No, sorry I
Yeah.
stole your man's boots.
So
you guys also met Peric.
when?
Holy shit, he's in the statue.
She's nodding.
All right. You're not going to do anything to her, correct? You're just trying to figure out the shit that was done to you and how to make it better.
If she wanted me gone, I would not be here.
I don't think you'd be able to stay there if she didn't want you to, in some way. But,
Correct. But she knows.
and you heard what we said down there about making this right.
Yes.
Do you know anything that could help us prove he killed you? How did it happen?
Well, I was preparing for a service that I was going to do for Olivia, the woman I was with. She's over there. With Peric. Just the normal stuff we always did in the temple. And I had been dealing with Mergen being very insistent with me, and as much as I wanted to tell him to fuck off or to ignore the problem, I couldn't do that. He was disgusting. He is disgusting. And Peric convinced me to meet with him. I did. It was horrible, and like I said, I wanted to let him know I wasn't interested, but once you're in with him, it's a little difficult to shake him, as you can see from the state of this town. So when I was preparing for that service, all of a sudden I smelled smoke. There was nothing that either of us could do. So I just tried to make sure that if anybody found us, at least they knew who did it. But I couldn't even finish writing his name.
So after you met with him, you came back and he followed you and burned the place.
It was more over time than that.
All right.
Wasn't necessarily all in one day, but I intended to meet with him the next day to tell him I was done. I obviously he found out about the temple, so I don't know how you can prove that he did it. I don't have anything other than my story for you.
I looked at your past. I felt what you felt about it. I'm sorry he got to get away with this for so long.
I wish that everyone was right and we did just run away.
Yeah. Hey, but we're going to do what we can to get you back to that welcoming embrace I felt you feel from your lady.
Yeah, I think it would just feel more comforting to know that this was dealt with before I can go.
I would feel the same.
Alana, this conversation, being around people more, all of the distraction that is there that you've been experiencing, trying to pretend to be somebody that you are not, with very little information to go on about how she is, has allowed your mind to sit on something other than anger that has been all that you are for a year or so in this spirit form. And as Dante suggests the idea of you returning to your goddess, that's when you sort of notice that you certainly aren't in the temple anymore. You're not surrounded by her iconography, her statues, a place that you felt safe at. That was a place that you were held in. Your body is certainly held in, but it never ever felt like you were trapped there. Like it wasn't a prison to you, because this was a place that you loved in life. But now that you're away from it, it is not your anger that is keeping you leashed to this plane. You don't sense her. And maybe being in a temple to Artan distracted you from this feeling, but you don't feel the threads that should be pulling you towards her that you're resisting. You don't feel anything. You feel trapped, chained to this place. And it only just now occurs to you.
Oh. I can't leave.
You can't leave Adriel or
I can't leave this town.
The tablet.
I don't get to move on.
We've considered that. We got something we got to break.
Mockery pipes up. Moodlegrod did say that lead would be used for curses. Kincaid.
What? Wait, what?
Hmm?
Say again? Moodlegrod said that lead could be used for curses?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he was surprised that the tablet that
Mhm.
was requested was to be made out of lead, because usually that's used for
Oh,
inscribing
yes.
curses.
Yes.
Kincaid and Pip, like sort of like football carried under one arm, are making their way down the steps and closing the door of the cellar. So have we decided if we're taking a reward from these people that we were going to be helping out anyway? What?
we didn't even talk about that.
What were you talking about? Were you waiting for me? Why does he look like that? And she points at Merrick.
Cause Adriel ain't Adriel right now.
Oh. She's not?
No, she's possessed by Alana.
You're a bad
The
liar.
way that she just said that, Dante immediately looks at her. Do you need me to roll something?
Yes, but it's a very low DC.
I
Insight.
also just pointed at her and went, "You're a very bad liar."
Okay. I'll skip it. What the fuck, Ash?
Roll with advantage with the help action from Alana.
Okay. I haven't been sure of anything, but I've been a little bit suspicious because something else about her changed a little bit, and I don't know. I mean, she doesn't look like herself. She does, but she doesn't. To me, she looks different.
Maybe in the future, bring suspicions forward so we can act upon them.
Well, I would, except that it felt like Adriel was not opposed to what was going on.
Yeah, she said she wasn't. That if she wanted her gone, she'd be gone.
So I kind of wanted to just see what would happen. If it had started getting dangerous, I would have said something. Let me just make that very clear. But part of it is that she also, like, I mean, it's not her. I recognize that. But the part of her that is still Adriel is getting like a little bit of... I don't want to say too much. I would
Say
say
it.
that there is a pressure that has been on her since I've known her that is currently just not there. And I figured that might be just a little bit of relief. And that's all I'm going to say because it's not my thing to say.
Merrick looks back at not Adriel with like a concerned confusion again. Like, what?
What?
But like also trying to remember that it's not Adriel, but it's, yeah.
She just looks back. She's like, "What?"
That's a question for you. Well, Adriel, but can she hear?
DM.
Adriel's sitting in her pajamas with her feet up on like
Popcorn.
an ottoman,
She's
watching
like-
TV.
She's leaning back. She's like, man, it's nice to not worry about anything. I should let people possess me more often. Oh,
She's got a face
nice.
mask, cucumbers over her eyes.
I'm gonna say Alana is aware that Adriel isn't like gone out of herself, but this is also the first time that she's ever possessed anybody, so she doesn't really know what the experience is like from Adriel, but she's not getting a sense that she's like fighting to stay in this body.
Sure. Well, she's still here. I don't know. I don't know if she can pay attention or not. I've never done this before. It hasn't been that long since.
Did you ask first? Or did you just do it and hope for the best?
Well, how else would I have asked?
Well, I mean, when we were down in the temple, you said Peric was the statue and was talking to people. I mean, he was warning people to get away, but he was communicating. Just not
I don't-
something I've encountered before. I was just curious if like you had to ask permission or something.
Well, that's what I mean. If she wasn't okay with it, I wouldn't be here.
There is a soft clearing of the throat nearby, and Bilfrar kind of like peeks into view. Have you had a chance to discuss the payment that you would like?
Can we
Well-
have like 5 more minutes?
I
Three?
suppose so,
Three?
but okay. Yes, okay. We do need to get like some sleep tonight, but thank you. And he just sort of like skitters
I
back.
completely understand. I need sleep too. Okay, so we can ask not Adriel questions later. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
I mean,
know how much longer I'll be here.
okay, well, we'll hope for the best. Worst, I don't, this is weird. So are we gonna take a reward from them? I mean, it's basically a residence here. I mean, they did say we could get like a parcel of land and maybe like lease it out. Maybe they could farm on it and we could get some of the profits from farming on the parcel of land. I mean,
I don't need anything from these people.
I'll put into the player chat like specifically what the options are. Mockery says, I would agree. I mean, we'd already kind of decided we were going to do something.
agree with what, not taking a reward?
Yeah. Which part of it I think is like that kind of grinds against me a little bit, but also it's not actually like, you know, coin in hand. So, and I don't really want to deal with tithing. Oh, that's a lot of record keeping. And we have to come out occasionally to inspect and
I mean, what if we just ask for the free room and board whenever we happen to pass through? I don't think we're going to be passing through that often anyway. But if we do, there is a place we can stay. They ain't got to give us nothing for it.
The inn costs like fucking 7 silver. They're offering us
Okay,
a piece
fine.
of. They're offering
we
us a
ain't got
piece of
two-
land.
We ain't got 2 silver to rub together.
I
Like-
have much more than
Tell
2
me about
silver
it.
to rub together.
Like, some of us ain't walking around, Mr. Moneybags. But that's fine. Fine. All right, I'll go tell him we're going to accept and we don't want a reward. And then she starts to walk away unless
What?
somebody stops her.
I just said we should. I'll do the fucking math on the tithes.
Kincaid just, like, pets Pip and is popcorning this argument.
I'm not gonna stop Serafina, but I'll walk behind her.
Well, she stopped when Dante said,
Oh.
when he was going back to talk about the parcel of land, which was the first thing that she mentioned.
I'm just saying that having money we can collect that is not based in any violence upon anyone or any work other than good deeds we've already committed, held by good people, is not a bad thing. It's very near the capital we're going to have to come back to.
Boosting the economy. We're
And
creating
it's much-
jobs.
That's a better option than making them build a whole fucking house for us when they got to fix their shit up anyways.
Begins Kincaid.
Yeah.
I think if we should also consider the fact that we're on the road to becoming Oathwardens, and we're currently grouped together, but that may not always be the case. And if that's the case, who do they send the tithes to? Where does that get stored? How does that get divided?
Well, I mean, I can't. What was the fake job that we made up for Dante and his family being so
Comptroller.
rich? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real job.
Well,
It
I
is.
know it's a real job, but that's not the job that Dante or his family holds. I mean, we could figure that out when the time comes, and then whomever's in charge could just divvy it up amongst everybody. I mean,
You handle it the same way you do every other thing you invest in like this. Is if someone doesn't want in anymore, you just buy them out.
Sounds complicated.
If that's something you two want, by all means.
I don't want to push owning land on any of you. You're not even from this
I don't want
this
it.
country.
I don't want anything to be owed to me from these people. Like she said, I would have done this for free. I still will do it for free. And I don't want to speak on Adriel's behalf. Maybe Alana can. I don't think she
can't.
wants anything for. Okay, well, I'm not going to speak officially on her behalf, but I know her enough to assume that she will not want anything from these people.
All right.
But if you two want something, I ain't going to stand in your way.
Listen, I was one of the first to say we would help and we would do it for whatever. I'm just saying if they're offering to give us something to help them, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But if if it's against how you feel, that's fine.
I'm just not going to take. And let me say this carefully, and I don't think you would be doing this, but personally, I don't want to feel like I would be taking advantage of people who have suffered for years already. But hey, that's on you. I don't know.
The part that we would be taking wouldn't be taking advantage of them. There is just a piece of a farmland that they would send us some money from. It's not like we're asking them to build us a mansion in the middle of town on their own resources on their own dime.
That's
That's
fine.
probably the part that's the least fucked up. But
That's fine.
again, we don't have to do anything.
Why don't we counter with them just writing a really nice letter that says that these people have helped out our town And we won't be able to tell them, of course, like who the letter should be addressed to, but then we can just carry it with us and maybe it'll earn us some extra credit.
They could build us a bench.
As long as they call us the heroes of Furwin.
Oh. I think we should be called the Twees.
We should be. Hey,
Tweewardens.
Couple of twees roll into town.
Sure,
I'm
letter of
drinking that
recommendation.
shit.
We can counter with a letter of recommendation.
Sounds good. And Merrick is going to walk to the front. Unless you want to talk. It looks back at somebody else.
I think Seraphina should talk. Says Mockery.
Oh, okay. And she pats Mockery's arm, and then she, still not realizing that she's been standing there linked arms with Mockery the whole time. She sorry, my bad, sorry. And then
That's all right.
she starts to head towards the front to look for Bill Farrar.
It looks like about half the people have like slipped out in the last 40 or so minutes that you guys have been discussing what to do with their town's offer, but the rest like sort of straighten up, glancing over and like yawning and stretching a little bit from the cat naps that they may have fallen into. But Bill Farrar looks up and then eagerly says, "Welcome back. Have you had a chance now to discuss?"
Seeing the other people yawning triggers the yawn reaction in Seraphina, since she didn't get to like get her long rest. And then she like does the whole like roll back stretch. We accept to help, but we have a counter offer to what you've offered us as compensation. We would simply just like a letter of recommendation for the services that we've provided, saying that we've been helpful.
That's it.
That's it.
Yes, we can definitely do that. Thank you so much. Okay, is there anything that you need from us besides that, of course, but anything to set you on?
I have one more request.
Okay.
As soon as you can, you retire Herbert, all right?
Oh, yes, I agree.
Okay. And then she looks back to everybody else to see if there's anything else that we need from them.
The bards shake their head.
Miracle
have
looked
any
to-
more questions?
Yeah,
And
Miracle
then-
looked at Dante and see if he's going to speak.
I don't think we got much we need. We already have a bit of a plan we're mulling through.
Unless you have any
Unless-
kind of information or evidence that could help us prove Mergen's deviance.
Well, I think each of us can give our personal testimony. It's just that, well, he's quite powerful, and that's why we haven't spoken up until this point, of course. But if you need us to show up, just tell us when and where.
There are those in your town that hold positions of respect. are also bound to those positions that need your testimony to carry out certain duties. I think they share in your concern, in your sorrow, in your suffering. But they need proof in order to follow the path that they've sworn to. I think tomorrow might present an opportunity for everyone to speak their truths, to confront the person that has persecuted you. I think tomorrow is the day that you finally stand up. Because together you're stronger. And if that doesn't work, if fear overcomes you because of Mergen's power, then look to us, because we will be there. We've stood to power before.
That we can do. We are so very grateful. And you're being so generous, but if there is anything else, you've only needed to ask.
Fine, free sandwiches anytime we're in town, okay? Does that make you feel better?
Well, we'll have to check with Marston about it, but
now there's the negotiations, huh?
Well,
You're going to give us land to farm and tithings and a free house. You can't do a
Would you
roast beef
relax?
All right.
Wouldn't mind maybe before we get into things, taking a peek at that general store, seeing if there's any supplies we might require. But other than that, I don't think there's much you can do to help us with what we got to handle.
Oh, yes, you can come by. I don't think you'll find anything particularly exciting. I don't stock anything like magical items or the such, but if you're short on any adventuring gear, I can probably outfit you.
You'd be surprised what you can make use of in a pinch.
Well, I suppose I look forward to being surprised. Thank you so much. Olivia just gets up and hugs Adriel.
I think she just hugs her really tight.
And mockery under her breath is like, that's so weird. So weird.
I think like really quietly to Olivia, she's just gonna say, they know I don't think I have much longer.
Oh. Okay. Well, I hope you go to rest with the lady and find peace.
I think her eyes just start watering.
And like an old friend would do, she lifts her hand to wipe them away. I think everything is going to be okay. if these others are successful, then everything will be okay. The meeting wraps up shortly thereafter. Is there anything that you guys need to say to anyone in attendance before you head back to the Slippery Pike? Complete your rests?
Merrick will walk over to Lilith and offer his hand. And if she takes it, just thank her for inviting us.
She looks a little bit surprised as she shakes your hand, and then she smiles and nods. Oh, you're welcome.
We'll see
You're
you.
welcome.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. There's a lot of like sleepy but like optimistic chatter from the townsfolk who have been gathered. Bilfrar stays to make sure everybody makes their way out and that the cellar is locked. And you guys make your way back to the inn. Let's get you there. When you get inside, it's very quiet. There is, however, like one just like a guy who you recognize from just sort of being kind of like in the vicinity of the Slippery Pike, but you haven't actually like spoken with him. But he's just like sitting at the bar, kind of staring at the like the middle distance with his hand wrapped around a bottle of beer. And as you come inside, he like looks over at you and his eyes are as wide as dinner plates. He's like, "It's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen." And Mockery goes, "Oh, I should have warned you guys not to go upstairs. Sorry. All right, can you see?" And he's like, "Yes, just barely." And she's like, "Okay, good. Sorry. That should go, that sort of fuzziness should go away in
Bitch, you blind forever.
in a couple of days. If you're feeling any sorry." And she like runs upstairs to make sure nobody's like rolling around on the ground blind or anything like that. You guys also can go up. You have to pass by this horrifically like gaunt thing with just this mouth that hangs down like 2 feet wide, like in a perpetual scream, and illuminated by this lantern that it carries as it like paths back and forth in front of the curtains that you guys will be sleeping behind like a true nightmare. But you guys are able to get back up there. Are there any conversations before you settle in? And is there anybody keeping watch in addition to the night guardsman?
Merrick needs to
Seraphina's-
finish his trance.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Seraphina needs to sleep, so she
Dante
will be
will-
doing no watch.
Just stay up to watch.
Yeah, I'm staying up.
Okay. Then I will prompt you guys with the rest of it. And it's not break time, it is rest.
Third break music.
I lack permission.
You are not needing to rest
Why?
because you already rested.
I never
Oh, no!
took long.
You didn't finish your last little bit. Okay, give me a sec. I forgot. I forgot that you shorted yourself. Long West. Let me also scooch the day backwards.
Can't. It's like not working.
What's happening?
It's not showing. It's not showing up in the middle. The little prompty thingy.
Is it on your sheet?
Do you see it now?
Oh, it's on my sheet.
Yeah, do you have your sheet popped out? It'll be on your sheet.
And did it do it?
Yeah. You recovered one hit die and all of your spell slots. Seraphina awakes and does her card pulls. The night guardsman. That's interesting. The night guardsman has dissipated at this point. And it's early morning. Before 7 a.m. What are your plans?
What are our plans, gang?
Oh no.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if Celia. Why can I not think about how to say it? Celia?
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 Wow. What is wrong with me? Celia didn't tell me when she might be doing this inspection.
No.
So, you know,
Do you want to seek her out?
I wanted to AFK to make food. Yeah, let's go seek Celia out.
Okay. Did we need to take a break, folks?
I don't.
We don't need to. I just need to go AFK for just to make food. But let's go do the Celia thing real quick.
Okay. Then, as you guys are sort of getting ready in the day, and finishing up any ablutions that you have in the morning, we will get you back out about the town. And there are guards towers about that you know she may frequent.
Did I find her?
Well, are you heading to the guards towers with everybody?
Yeah, that's the place
Okay.
I've kind of seen her
Okay.
twice now.
Okay, so you head to the guards tower that it is the one that you've seen her point out to you before. And you can see a like a dark curly-haired half-elf leaning against one of the posts that hold up a little bit of a roof of the guard tower, up above, kind of keeping an eye out and yawning because he's been on watch most of the night, it looks like. As he hears you approach, he sort of straightens up and looks over his shoulder to look down into the town rather than out over the fields on the outskirts. and then just looks curious.
I'm looking for Celia.
Oh, she won't be in for another little bit. There is an inspection that's planned for today, so she might be busy until later this afternoon. That's starting at 9.
No, I see. Okay, thank you for your help.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna get relieved soon? You look tired.
Yeah, any second now. And then he kind of looks around town. Any minute now.
What's your name?
You're a stranger. No. Let's see. His name is his name is Daniel.
Did an adult man just stranger danger mean?
I don't
I'm not telling you my
know
name. You're a
you.
stranger.
No, you my Bobby
My
told me
mom
not
said
to
not
talk.
to talk to strangers.
I'll tell you my name if you tell me your social security number, motherfucker. Okay, how about that?
Give me your last 4. Your mother's maiden name.
Give me and those 3 little numbers on the back of your credit card.
All right, Daniel. Get some rest.
I will. Thank you. Hey.
What?
And then he like looks around really like a lot more like focusedly, and then he says, "Thanks."
4.
If you don't know, I'm not telling you. And then he
I
like
pat
turns around
Merrick on the
to
back.
So you
Hey,
guys have a
Daniel.
couple of things. Oh, yeah.
We need you. You have friends?
He kind of like glances over his shoulder again. We got a whole militia. If we can get it pointed in a direction.
And he'll nod and he said, I think you need to get that rest as soon as you can.
I will say that our militia is only 12 people.
That's fine. We'll crowd control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to leaning against the post and staring out over the fields. Okay. You guys have some plans for today. You're going to have hopefully a distracted Mergen. Around 9 a.m. If Celia's plan goes well. And Sploo, I think you should stick around here for a second. Because what I think should happen, since it's kind of a new day, and we are missing one of your sneakers, I think this might be a good time to end a little bit early, so that way we can come back next week and have the whole shebang together.
Okay,
Can one of my sneakers? Both my boots are firmly tied.
I do want to do one final thing. If me and not Adriel walked to the guard,
Yes.
I think on the way back, because I did want to have a conversation with not Adriel.
Okay.
You keep forgetting her name. Is that why you keep just calling
It's
her
Alana.
Adriel and not Adriel?
I want to call
It's
her
Alana.
Alana. It's too real.
But that is who she is right now.
I think while I'm walking, I think I'll say Alana.
Yes.
When you go, are you going back to the crypt, or are you taking a back seat like Adriel is, or you don't really know?
I don't have any clue.
Okay.
All
Well-
I know is that it feels like I'm very stuck, but also not welcome here. So,
Oh, I hope we can be the remedy to that. And if you're able to pass on, I'm glad. So that you don't feel stuck. But if you're able to somehow, or you can sense her, I just want Adriel to know that I'm sorry she couldn't tell me. I'm sorry she felt like she had to keep whatever's happening to herself and not share it with me. And if I have made it to where she felt that was necessary, I apologize for that as well. I think maybe in her own way she felt stuck. And I only want what's best for her.
how about you let this be just a rehearsal for when you tell her yourself?
Yeah, I thought about that, but I feel like if she's watching right now, this would be a lot easier because she'd just run away. I feel like she'd just run away.
Well, Merrick, I think even if you feel that way or you think she might be listening right now, you don't know that. And I think she'd probably still want to hear it as just herself.
Miracle nod. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
But also, what are you talking about?
I mean,
What?
what do you mean? What am I talking about?
What didn't she tell you?
Well, I don't know, but Kincaid mentioned something about some presence about her that she doesn't feel or didn't feel once you took over.
Well, she said it was a pressure.
Pressure. That's maybe I misheard.
Yeah.
But I'd like to know what that pressure is. And maybe she didn't mention it, but maybe Kincaid feels the same around me, but she didn't say so. So I felt like it was more specifically about Adriel. I could be wrong. Just, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but hey, you might not be around for a while, and you are inhabiting the body of one of my closest friends, but she hasn't been the same for a while.
I wish I could give you any insight about that. But I
wish you
don't
could
know.
too.
One
If you-
thing
Oh, yeah.
I will say is in the moment that I possessed her, she was really upset with you over that statuette that you took.
Yeah. He looks down at his bag. I should
And I
probably put that
think
back.
maybe you should try to understand why.
Well, maybe that'll be another question.
It is in this moment that you realize, the both of you and those who are walking close, that while there is condensation sort of puffing out in the cooler morning here in Furwin, that's showing your breath, what's coming from Alana is not simply a little white puff of breath, but a thin, curling wisp of smoke. Next week, we'll find out how long she can hold on.
Clap, 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 clap.
I hope you guys had fun. Sorry for the little bit early. It just seemed like a good time to call it. And then you guys are gonna, I think, be doing some fun stuff, and I don't want Shadow to be missing out on it. But really good job with investigation and the debate and discovery. I really enjoyed getting to listen to that. This ghost cat has an extra paw.
That's her.
do you mean?
That's the
No,
back paw.
that's the two.
That's the tail.
fronts.
That's the
Oh,
tail.
oh, okay.
That's a-
Yeah,
So cats have this thing on the
cats
back
are
of them.
goopy.
Yeah.
Cats are
Oh,
goopy.
cats?
So like
Yeah.
when cats lay down like that, their legs are freaking weird. Source, there's a cat laying freaking weird behind me right now.
I got it. Okay.
I can't believe you haven't talked about the fact that there's a ring made for a fucking giant
Yeah,
playing in this.
lots of them.
Yeah, these guys' fingers are crazy big.
Well, there's
Who
lots
is
of
this?
different
Whose desk is this?
species
Yeah.
in
That's true.
fantasy.
And we have
with-
like a fairy's house or something because there's a ladder.
with a multitude of different.
That's where Dakota May
sized
sleeps every
fingers.
night.
That's,
Yeah.
that's a ladder for
Isn't
my
she
fingers to
2
climb up to
feet
grab my
tall?
pencil.
Yeah, Dakota
Yes.
May's way bigger than that.
There's also this. I've been thinking this was a mirror the whole time, but it's see-through, which is
Okay, wait.
interesting.
I've
Oh,
thought
yeah.
this for 2 weeks, but I haven't pointed it out. I would get such a hand cramp using that quill. There is not enough real estate to fucking hold on to.
It
Yeah.
is a mirror.
On the right side, there's not enough real estate to hold on to. My big ass hands would not be able to do that. I'd be like scrunched up like the fucking cat's legs.
But how can it be a mirror if it's like showing? If it's got a
This
like a light
line, this line is this line. This reflection is this reflection.
How does it
This
have a
light
light
reflection.
shadow?
You can tell it's a
What do you
mirror also
mean?
because
It's
there's a
coming-
corner. There's a corner in from the detail in the middle of the table. There's no square detailing at the back of the table where the lines would meet up like that. But
Oh,
the
yeah, 'cause this
the paper
isn't
should be
part
there,
of
but the paper's
paper.
not
Yeah.
there.
That is
Right.
the light is reflecting off of the mirror to here.
But the light's coming from behind. I guess
The
maybe
light-
it's coming off the ghost cats.
I'm holding my
Can I be
my
honest?
phone
There's a
flashlight
lot
in the
of
background.
wacky lighting on here.
Yeah, there's
I
lighting
think.
everywhere.
Oh, okay.
We got like sconces on the walls or something.
Sconced up.
Sconces.
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 Sorry,
Okay.
that's
We
just
should
how
ask
the
for a
word
bunch of
sconce
sconces.
feels
Make
in
like
my
shirts
brain.
now.
Sconce.
Yeah,
We should go.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming to watch Weirdness. You get to go to bed at like a reasonable hour. This is so fantastic. Well, an
Quote
unreasonable
unquote reasonable.
hour. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the raiders who came by. We appreciate the resubscriptions. Osab, we miss you. We're looking forward to next week because we really miss not having Callum with us in order to add his 2 cents to everything. I am really happy with how this session went. I'm really looking forward to what you guys do next session because I'm still uncertain about what kind of energy you guys are bringing to the confrontation of Mergen, and it's going to be exciting no matter what. So we will be back next week. We pinky swear, we pinky promise, we pinky pact. Goodbye.
Sconce
Bye.
it up.